What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. We're going to talk about The Godfather of Harlem, episode 9. We can also break down episode 8, and we can talk about a couple other things. It was this good show on HBO, Spike Lee produced, about NYC from 9/11 to 2021. That was really good, very well put together, and it was very interesting. It was on HBO. If you didn't check it out, it was something that just came on, and so I was checking it out and reviewing it a little bit extra. So, and also, Work in Progress on Showtime does come out tonight. A lot of people saw it on the app. You can see me on there trying to do a little something, something. So I tried anyway. Without all that being said, The Godfather Harlem is one episode away from being complete, and damn, it's a really good show. You see chess moves being made by a master at work. It is stressful. Bumpy had a lot of stress going on, but he pulled it back together, as we see in the episode. And it seemed that when I was asking this question a couple weeks ago, some people in the chat, when I said who's the best at making moves, Bumpy, Ghost, or Franklin, out of those three shows between Power, Snowfall, and Godfather Harlem, when a lot of people were saying Bumpy, some people would say Franklin or Ghost, it's clear they haven't seen the show. So you got to check out Godfather of Harlem. It's on Epics. Forrest Whitaker does an excellent job, and Bumpy Johnson ain't to be played with. He done got rid of the snakes, and he done converted those that wasn't sure back to his side. And I mean, it's just a lot of power moves in that show being played. Bumpy ain't no joke. Hey, Rashonda, how you doing? What's up, girl? Sheena, hey, what's up? What's up? Key, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Coco, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Karen Jones, how you doing? What's good? Whitney, hey, what's up? What's up? Mo, you said you was wondering what happened to Godfather Harlem recaps. I'm still doing. I just, I'm a little behind on some things. I did put one of my Power Book 3 recaps out today. So a lot of members saw it already, and people that's on Patreon, they've already saw it. So I'll make it public for everybody else a little later, and you all will be able to check it out. And then I got a couple more videos that I got to finish up. So I got a bunch of videos coming out within the next day or two. I've been trying to catch up, and having this break between Power Book 3 being off has helped with me to catch up. What up, Jay? Bump was contemplating on a lot of things this episode. Man, that's real right there. Bump, man, he had a lot, but he ended up making the right moves in the end. Like he said, sometime, because even his boys was like, damn, Bump, you was making chess moves. He was like, nah, I really didn't have a move, but sometimes it's better to be, honest and be straight up, which in a way was a move, because he could have tried the intimidation. He could have tried the other role moves, but he decided to be straight up with him, and that was his move, and that ended up working out best. Yeah, Bumpy is the best in real life and TV, man, and he lived. He didn't get killed or go to jail and die in jail in real life. So, Bumpy, yeah, he is an amazing anti-hero. You ain't lying. He did get lucky. He did. And in order to make it, you got to have some luck involved. That is true. And he did get lucky, and it all worked out to his benefit. And yeah, it's based on real events. So, You can't get mad at that. It was slick how he took out Sam, aka Method Man. And I'm gonna have some people come on and we can talk about that in a second as well. But yeah, bumpy right there, boy. And honesty was the theme in that last one, boy. And at least she was honest with old boy, and he wasn't worth a damn. Then called her trash. Like, but they should have known the dude was full of it anyway. And Captain Omar, he was a snake, and he was playing her from the very beginning, but started falling for her. But once she decided she was gonna let him know that she still was with Malcolm, still had feelings, and that was a wrap, you know. So hopefully they don't end up having nothing happen to her. I mean, by her being Bumpy's daughter, they don't want them type of problems, but we all know what happened with Malcolm. So we'll see. I know that she wasn't murdered in real life, so you know, we'll see what happened on how they treated her. Yeah, Giancarlo ain't been in there in the last few episodes. I guess you know, Adam Clayton Powell didn't have a role in this last few episodes. I know that Stella is an idiot. She did do smart playing her father, do something smart how she played her father, but she's definitely an idiot talking on the phone about a murder. And, you know, I think that was a major mistake. I think that Malcolm will survive this season and that he'll probably get taken out next season because Malcolm still did start having his own church at one point before he was killed. It wasn't his own church. He started having his own meetings and rallies, and then he was taken out. So until they have him starting to do that, I think he still is good in the show. Once he start having his own rallies and meetings and stuff going on, then he in trouble. That man could handle at least being Bumpy's daughter, being an ex-drug user, ex-prostitute, but Malcolm's friend, I know, right? That was messed up. And they were really brainwashed by Elijah Muhammad, and they were able to overlook all the stuff that he had going on with the girls, but they, you know what I'm saying, as soon as Malcolm called out on it, they couldn't overlook Malcolm. They straight went for him as if he the one that did everything. So you say Stella's crazy, man, like for real crazy. Yeah, she's a mess. She's a mess, and she put herself in a bad situation, and so did Ernie. Chien told him, stay away from my daughter, or else I'm going to cut your hands off. Don't even touch her. And then next thing you know, he marrying her. Like, this dude is playing with fire. But she said, you'll never see me again if something happened to him. If they get married, that's kind of putting Chien in the box where he can't really do nothing because it ain't like you dating. They now married. He married into the mob. Larry Jones, you say that was Clayton. That was saying, they were saying Clayton Powell was out of town. You remember Kennedy died and they were close. They probably set it up like that. Okay. That's a good point. That makes sense. Yeah, Malcolm was assassinated in 65. I think the show right now is 64. Yeah, so it's getting close. It's getting close. Ernie is a damn fool. Yeah, damn fool. He putting his life on the line for Stella at multiple occasions. He a fool in love. Like, he really, really put everything on the line for her. And he may end up dead still. You say they were right. They were definitely brainwashed by the NOI. Yeah, the Nation of Islam had them fooled because they believed that Elijah Muhammad was like a god on earth almost. When in the end, all these people are just men and women. And people, they have flaws and faults. They may do a lot of good and help a lot of people, but at the same time, they're just people as well. None of them were perfect. And because a person is not perfect doesn't mean they aren't don't do some good. But then looking back at some of the stuff now today, um, man, he was really using his power, inappropriately, using the influence he had over some people in a way where he was taking advantage of young women. And that's very unfortunate. Martin Luther King, they say, was cheating on his wife, but that wasn't the same as having all of those women and children out of wedlock and taking advantage. He was maybe not with his wife and things, and it was on the rocks or different things, but he wasn't doing the same type of thing. I mean, people get divorced or cheat all the time. That had nothing to do with the work he was doing, but at the same time, he was just a man as well. And he was a young man. I look back at Martin Luther King life sometime and think how young he was. I think he died at like 38, 39 years old. He didn't even live to be 40 years old. So, you look and see him and things, he looks so mature and done so much in such a short amount of time, but he was a young guy. So, yeah, who knows what he could have done had he had lived a lot longer. Malcolm hadn't gone to Mecca yet on the show either. That's a good point. And we know when he went to Mecca, he changed his name, Malik El-Haj Shabazz, and some other things. So Chin is going to kill his brother. I think so, too, for trying to marry. But I don't think he's going to kill him, actually. I think he's going to be pissed, though. Definitely. Hey, Nikki, what's up? Chin might go to jail soon. I know he did in real life. Yeah, I mean, he may go. All of them went to jail, but how long do they stay? And, do they really get the best of them? Chin was a genius in how he played like he was crazy, walking around in his bathrobe and everything. That was a genius move right there. He was able to avoid it, going to jail then, at least staying for long. So we'll see. Arlene, you're right, because they got married, now they can't testify against each other. And so that got a little loophole in the way that maybe may save Stella and save Ernie's life from getting killed by Chin. You think most just were really jealous of Malcolm and his status? Oh, definitely. I mean, Elijah Muhammad was jealous of Malcolm because Malcolm was a charismatic leader. He influenced probably just as many, if not more people than Elijah Muhammad did. He helped bring Muhammad Ali into the Nation of Islam, and had Muhammad Ali been with him, then he could have brought way more people to Malcolm X branch or brand of Islam than what Elijah Muhammad was trying to preach. So definitely they were jealous of his status. That's 1,000% right there. It seemed like the characters they focus on in NOI are the biggest haters. I wonder how many of them were like that in real life. Oh, they were some haters. They were some haters. When it came to Malcolm X versus Elijah Muhammad, oh, that was definitely a split. And they definitely was some haters on that. That's real. That is definitely real. Yeah, he got killed after that pilgrimage. He didn't live too much longer after that. Detroit, what's good? What's good? Both died at 39. Yeah, that's crazy. Malcolm and Martin died at 39 years old. Wow. Both of them so young. I think Malcolm X was a little older than Martin Luther King. So he died like a year or two before Martin. But yeah, he died at 39. Yeah, that is something right there. That is crazy. That they both neither lived to be 40 years old. And now I be thinking about I've lived longer than both of them. Sometimes I be thinking I ain't did nothing with my life, man. Look at that. All the stuff they accomplished in such a short amount of time. So, that's a lesson right there. Do what you can, make the most of what you can. They lived 2, 3 lifetimes in just 39 years. You did a paper in college on MLK and found out about the affairs. Yeah. I mean, J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI were tapping his phones and everything. They were going to make it public to try to, throw the movement off. But instead, he ended up being assassinated. So we'll see. Well, we saw, rather, what happened. Omar knew he was wrong when she left the office. Man, Omar was a sap. He was pathetic for how he played her and said that. And I'm glad that she, kind of checked his ass before she left. And we saw when she went crying to Malcolm, that's the first time she took off that Nation of Islam outfit. Like she was done wearing that stuff. I hope she don't go back to drugs, though. You say you don't think he's really going to kill his brother. He'll come very close, though. I agree. I don't think he's going to kill his brother. I think he's going to be pissed. I think he's going to be pissed more that he married them, especially without letting him know. Maybe he might have wanted to be there or something. I don't know. He probably would have tried to dissuade it, though. I love how they being honest on the show on how the nation was really getting down. Yeah, they keep it real on the show, man. It's definitely a good one. They definitely keep it real on how they doing it and stuff. So, yeah. And J. Edgar Hoover was gay as well. He was in the closet. He lived with, it was supposed to be his friend, but they later found out years later they were lovers. And the mob supposedly had pictures of him in a dress and other things allegedly, and that's why he didn't go after the mob, and that's why he ended up targeting African American leaders, at least one of the reasons why, and didn't go after the mob as strongly as they should have, which is messed up and unfortunate. So we'll see how that we saw how that all played out, which is very unfortunate. They took out the Black Panthers. They was doing things to Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and those people were trying to do right and get the same issues resolved that we have needed to be resolved today, which is really messed up. And, Malcolm X actually lived a very good, wholesome life. He wasn't cheating on his wife, and he wasn't like stealing money or anything. He was trying to really do the right thing. And they took him out, which is unfortunate. So, Malcolm X really tried to do the right thing and live a better life. When he was younger, Malcolm Little, things was a little different, but he grew up and changed while he was in prison, and he didn't never look back. So you got to give him credit for that. You say if Bumpy can make Chin look at the picture, I think his brother can. Yeah, that's true. Bumpy is a master at work, though. Bumpy don't play, man. And he showed Banano ain't worth a damn, can't be trusted. Even Chin said, I swore an oath with all these guys, and I don't trust none of them. And he worked with Bumpy before, and they were doing good until they men messed it up. So I think that he knows that he could work with Bumpy again, because Bumpy was keeping his word, except for he didn't want Chance to die. Chance ended up getting old girl killed, but anyway, I like Chance. Chance don't play. He was telling the Frenchie earlier, boy, I don't want to be you when Bumpy Johnson come back. They were jealous of Malcolm because he actually worked the path. Yeah, I mean, he really was doing the right thing, living the right way. He was influential. He didn't have anything to hide, and that's a problem for people that got skeletons in the closet. So, you know, I definitely don't think we seen the last Bonanno. He definitely didn't like being outplayed and outsmarted by a black guy, and he gonna try to make a move. But with all the other families against him, they won't trust him. It's gonna be hard for him to make a move and get them all in order like he was about to. So I think he may still try to make a move. I love Chaz as an actor. He's a really good, talented actor. But we'll see what happens if he's able to do something. I think that's the last of him for this season, though. We may see him back next season. You say Malcolm lived a lifestyle that's closer to the Bible than Martin Luther King, and he was a Muslim. That's true. He lived as far as, you know, keeping his vows and things of that nature, how they eat and do things, the Muslims, because it was based similar off of what you would call kosher diet, which basically comes from the Bible. Didn't eat any pork and all of that. I don't know how many pork chops Martin Luther King ate. But you know, he definitely was living a hell of a life. It's another show I watch on HBO called The 100-Foot Wave that is really good as well. These surfer dudes, man, they live and go through a lot to ride these waves, trying to ride a wave 70 feet tall and this and that, and you got to learn how to swim and all of this. Well, of course, you got to know how to swim, but really know how to swim and hold your breath and getting pounded by the waves. And they be getting injured, broken body parts and stuff. I mean, damn. So it definitely is a lot more to it than people realize. So we'll see. Sun King, you said they killed MLK because he was going to organize the Poor People March. He was going to bring people from all races together. Can't have that. That is what his last speech was going to be. And I'm not saying that that's not part of the reason he was killed, but I don't think that's the only reason, of course. And I'm not saying you said that either. But yeah, they definitely didn't want him to fight and gain financial rights because he was trying to get civil rights. But civil rights really have no power other than being treated properly. But people of color are still having the same problems of not having financial rights, financial ownership, financial banking knowledge and things. And so people are still kind of kept at the bottom because of that. And he was fighting for that. And that would have really made some change. One of the problems with Martin Luther King vision not being fulfilled is that by having the civil rights accomplished, then all of the segregation based businesses, all the businesses that were black owned and supported by blacks went away because black folks started going to places they could never go and putting money in those businesses. And a lot of the other businesses that were already underfunded went out of business. So once integration happened, black folks started spending money at stores and that they normally couldn't spend money at, but white Americans didn't start going to black owned businesses and spending money. So once the black dollar left, a lot of the black owned businesses went out of business. So then it wasn't really integration, it was just a one way, whereas blacks went into whites' businesses and establishments and spent money, but it wasn't integrated, whereas both, shared. And so now today we don't have hardly any black owned businesses or establishments compared to back then. And it's hard to get them reestablished now because there's so many more loopholes, laws, and more money involved to get started that it's unfortunate. Had something like that happen with the attitude of people today, then I think more white people would have went and supported those black businesses. But today is not the same as then. And so that's where we kind of left off as a community and missed out, because then they didn't integrate both ways. So that was messed up. Yeah, it was a catch-22 for black business owners, man. A lot of people, you say you never looked at it that way, and a lot of people don't realize it, but that's what happened. You see, because they had a built-in customer base, and they had to support those businesses because they didn't have a choice. Not to say that those businesses were bad, but as soon as the integration happened, everybody went to places like Woolworth and places they couldn't go to spend their money and do things and eat and go to restaurants and, stay in hotels and do all this stuff they couldn't do. And all of those businesses lost money. That's why the Green Book, most of those places don't exist anymore, because people didn't have to use a green book anymore. So they said, well, the hell with that. I'm going to go to the good place, as if that place was the good place because you couldn't go there before. And what happened is those companies got more money because they got more customers. Even though they didn't want those customers, they got more customers, more money, became more successful. And the places that was there for you in the get-go went out of business. And now we're left with fewer and fewer businesses to do that. So that's messed up. So, yeah, Martin Luther King did say, I feel like I'm leading my people to a burning building, because he realized that we need money in the community to get laws changed quickly. That's true. Money, land, and property. And, definitely would want to have, had that speech and had the money integration. No, so you missing what I'm saying. You wouldn't want segregation, but at the same time, you wouldn't want to have no black businesses either in the community. So if you was really true integration, you would want both sides to support each other. It's okay to go and shop or stay at those other places, but you have to keep supporting your community, because now that's why so many black neighborhoods don't have any businesses of their own, and they look the way they look now. And without the money, then you have poor schools, because schools are funded by property taxes. Well, the property in predominantly African-American neighborhoods is worth less than property in other places, which then means that the taxes is less, which means that the schools are underfunded. If somebody work in schools, then they'll probably know the difference between working in a good school district versus another poor school district, and they know that schools are funded by property taxes, which is another way of having separate but equal, something that Thurgood Marshall fought against. So you got to look at it both ways. You can't say, well, it's either segregation or you have no businesses or you got to live in a poor neighborhood, but you can go and spend your money downtown now. Well, that means that there's no money in the black community. So you gotta have both. A true integration means a mixing of both. You integrate. It wasn't really an integration, in the sense. Um, so civil rights is great. Don't get me wrong, but you need that financial rights as well and financial integration. So, it was a more complex subject and undertaking. So Malcolm X supported segregation, but he wanted to put pressure on both races. I wouldn't support segregation. I would just support, your businesses and things. But I wouldn't support segregation. I'm teaching today. This is real game. Hey, sometimes you got to mix it in. The Godfather of Harlem, man. Some people, a lot of people is just not getting this information sometimes. Same as somebody said something about Lovecraft Country on here as well. Yeah, Lovecraft Country put some real info in there too. So definitely. So, it's just different, man. You say hands down, Godfather of Harlem is the best show on cable TV, period. It has real meaning and makes sense, very well written. Yeah. I mean, even like Bumpy Johnson, like Malcolm X said, is a man of many conflictions. Because at the same time, all the stuff that he was doing that was good, he still was a gangster and a drug dealer and a murderer. So you can't really care about your community, but at the same time sell drugs to it, heroin at that, which is like one of the probably the worst drug you can be addicted to. And at the same time care about your people, because you selling it to your people. He wasn't selling it in another neighborhood. He was selling it in his own. So that's very conflicting. And but at the same time, he was trying to help with rights and vote and this and that. So, very few people are perfect. Not to say, I'm saying, oh, well, sell a little heroin. Just sell a little smack. Ain't nobody perfect. It ain't like that. But at the same time, he I guess, I don't know, man. Dude had issues for sure. You say you thought Bumpy was taking Chaz out. I would have thought that too, but Chaz was a made man. So if Bumpy would have killed him, they would have had to kill Bumpy. So that's the only reason why. If Bumpy maybe caught him alone and he could get away with it, like he killed that made man in season 1, that's different. But he couldn't have killed him in public, because then they would have had to have killed Bumpy, especially being black, and you killed the made man. You gotta go. That's a no. So yeah, but Bump, he definitely is a beast. I'm gonna put the link in the Discord if anybody want to come up, talk about the show, and I'll let you all come through, and we can talk about it, and also, we'll see. Yeah, he was a made guy, so You said Thurgood Marshall did fight against that separate but equal stuff. He also played a part in integrated Central High School with the Little Rock Nine. Yeah, integrating it. Yeah, definitely. And when I was on a class trip, we went to Washington, D.C., and Thurgood Marshall was still alive as a Supreme Court justice. And when we went there, Thurgood Marshall was still there, and we saw he still had his same old school chair. They changed the chairs, and he was still there legislating and different stuff. So, it was a couple years before he passed that I had saw. It was like in 1990 we went there. So that was pretty cool. Thurgood Marshall. I think he was the first black Supreme Court justice too. So, um, the Thurgood Marshall movie was really good. It had Chadwick Boseman playing Thurgood Marshall. It's called Marshall, and it is a good movie to check out. Chadwick did a really good job playing people. He played Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, James Brown. He did a damn good job playing James Brown. Wow. Chadwick really was good at doing biopics. And then he did Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. So, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I knew Power wasn't coming on. That's why I wasn't on at 1:00 in the morning last night, and that's why I don't say Power in the headline. Yeah, I knew. You say he sold drugs to take care of his community financially. Yeah, but at the same time, he used it to get rich, and he took money out the community by selling those drugs, because that was money that could have been in the community used for other things other than drug use. He was very conflicted. Say the last 15 minutes of Godfather Harlem episodes always gonna take you by surprise. Yeah, that is something that he do flip it. How he flipped it on the judge, because remember they said earlier they could tell that you weak right now. And so when Bumpy had gave the money and the 6%, and dude tried to flex on him, he was like, "Well, what you gonna do about it?" Dude was like, "I think me and the brothers think 6% is fair enough." They're like, "Yeah." And old boy gave him the look like, "Yeah, wolfhound, wolfhound." So yeah, Bumpy definitely checked his ass and let him know, yeah, you may be a judge, but you might get judged up in here. You keep it up. So definitely, he flexed on their ass, let them know I ain't that weak right now. So what's up, Key man? How you doing?
How you doing, man? What's going on, y'all? Chat, what's going on?
What's up, man? What you think about Godfather Harlem, now that you all caught up, man, and saw the last episode?
Man, really good episode. Really fire episode, man. This whole season and the last season was great, man. I love this show. This is probably one of the best shows out.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's definitely better than a lot of the other shows that people think is really great, like Snowfall and Power Book 2. But it is good though. Bumpy Johnson, a master at how he handles all these tough situations, man.
Right.
What you think about how he got rid of Method Man and the crew, the 10 Harlems?
Brilliant. Cause they tried to Method Man tried to play him, man. He came in that office, slammed the glass and everything, talking about, nah, you about to give me your cut, and I'm about to go into business with it. I'm like, man, that's not gonna work, man. But Bumpy already had that figured out.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Like Bumpy, man, he knew that if he ended up going and letting them do that they'd kill him. And
right.
Even though he was having second doubts about it this episode, getting drunk, like they said, you would have been dead. So you had to do what you had to do. And how he did it, he set them up perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
They all came running out, and he just chopped their ass down.
Yep, that looked like some straight mafia mob stuff right there too. The way this was like just gunning, man.
Yeah, definitely. What you think about how Bumpy got that relationship with Malcolm X? They kind of talk back and forth.
Um, I mean, I think it was Malcolm pretty much telling Bumpy like, listen, man, like you trying so hard to be somebody else, man. You gotta let that go. Because I think in the conversation, he said something about I don't remember exactly what he said, but I think he said if you let go of who you're trying to be, you'll make room for who you really are. And that was some stuff that really stuck with me the most because I'm looking back at myself personally, like, man, that is some deep game right there. You know what I mean? So I like that scene. That was dope.
Yeah, yeah. Malcolm, man, he was real, man. He definitely kept it real. We got Brillo in the house. What's good, brother?
What's good, my guy? One of the
Hey,
realest right there, Jay.
hey, I
Thanks.
appreciate it. Yeah, I see you got on the DiBiase over there, man. And
Oh yeah, you know I had to
$1
rep that
million
million
man.
dollar man. They
That's
don't know
old
nothing about
school.
that, Jay.
Yeah, that's old school right there, boy. So, what you think about Godfather Harlem this last episode?
Man, it was just beautiful to see, man. Bump making these masterful plays, man, and he going up against the Sicilian mafia. You know they're supposed to be the big dogs, but as you can see, man, Bump got them boys in a blender, man. Bumpy is the real OG, man. Man, he's the
Yeah,
real deal.
yeah. Especially what he got to deal with not only them mob dudes that what I'm saying the commission, but then he got dealing with it in the racist times too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So not only he got to deal with that, he black and got to deal with racism and all of that segregate, all this stuff, and he's still like navigating it all and making power moves. Um,
yeah. Definitely, and I heard, I wanted to speak on him and Malcolm. I just think that's a very just interesting combo because I mean Malcolm came from the streets, so I mean
Mm-hmm.
he knows how it is, and even though Bumpy has a huge heart, he's like, and what he's doing is morally wrong for the community, and he's trying to circumvent that by doing positive things, and it's kind of like very interesting to see those that two sides of Bumpy, man, because he was a good dude, but he's pushing that poison, that real heroin, man.
yeah,
So
for real.
I mean, back
Malcolm
in
lightweight trying to convert him to being a
right,
better person. You know what I mean? But he
And
can't only
Bumpy,
do so
it
much.
seems like Bumpy, whenever that comes up about religion, Bumpy's like really like against it. Because when his daughter, converted, at least he was really like on the fence with it. And then when she was talking about bringing her daughter into it, Margaret into it, he was definitely like, "No, I don't want that." So he
Mhm.
seems really against it, but like you were saying, Brillo, Malcolm really represents Bumpy's good side in a way I look at it. It's like that's like Bumpy who he wants to be, but he's caught up in this persona of being the gangster that you know what I mean. That's just what he's embodied.
he's
Yeah,
far too deep in the game, and he's like
Yeah.
he's a mastermind, man. So
yeah.
it's
And
like if
plus, Islam was more looked at as more radical back then, still than it is today. So you know what I mean. And people don't think about it like that today. Well, at least not the NOI don't think about it that way. Maybe they think
that
about
too,
the
man.
Taliban.
I swear I didn't know, man. I did not know the nation, and I read a lot, so I still didn't. It took me watching this to me to know how really slimy these dudes are. I know they have to be. I'm looking at you with a side eye, man. If you're in the nation back then, if you old, if you older, I don't know about now, but man, if you older, in your 50s or 60s, and you in the nation, man, I kind of gotta look at you with a side eye because them dudes, man.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, man, they was from Chicago and from Harlem and stuff. Like, there's some big city, wheelers and dealers, man, and they had their faults, So
Yeah,
Bumpy, he ain't want his wife. I mean, not his wife, his daughter, to marry a dude in the nation. When his wife told him that the dude asked marriage, he said that's the last thing he wanted.
of
Mm-hmm.
course.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's crazy how he would say that as corrupt as he is on the streets. He probably would rather somebody be with somebody like Chance than one of them.
That's interesting.
You know what I'm
I
saying? It
mean,
is.
because would you rather her be with a hustler or a Nation of Islam member? I think I would agree with you, Jay. He probably would rather her be with a hustler. At least he can help then.
Yeah, he probably would have a little more understanding, but um, it's just I don't know. I don't think he kind of buys all in on what they're doing with the nation, even though he see proof that his daughter kicked the heroin and is a clean and a better person now.
Oh,
Well, I wonder how that had to make. Go ahead, Key. My bad.
I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah, I was just gonna cut you right there, Jay. He also is seeing how the nation is doing Malcolm too. That's probably why he's really like. That's
Yeah.
probably why he was
Yes.
against it, because he was seeing how Malcolm was getting did in the papers. Remember when they was at the shoe stand or whatever, and they was reading the newspaper, and they was seeing how the nation didn't want them to do with Malcolm. He was seeing, so just
Yeah,
thought I'd throw that in there.
and he was pissed that they didn't do nothing when they beat up the shoe shine man and different stuff, but they always talk a good game. So
Right.
Ron said if Bumpy didn't control the drug trade, then the mob would have did nothing but bleed the black community dry. That's true.
Facts.
That's true.
Facts. Hey, what you think about this, Jay? Like, how you think it feel? Like, Bumpy daughter was addicted to heroin, and he pumping it in the. So he was like supplying his own daughter. If she getting the best smack in the city, right? That's
Right.
Bump, right?
Hey, bro.
Right.
Hey,
So-
bro. You remember in the first episode, he gave her the money. Remember, she walked up to him. I didn't even know that was his daughter at first.
I didn't either. I thought it was just like saying daddy or whatever, but she's like,
Right.
I'm high. I'm like, damn.
Right.
But,
That's
he gave his
crazy.
daughter
I
all
couldn't
the
do
money.
that. Like, yeah, Bumpy got that side to him too, man. Because I mean, your daughter, that would have to make me kind of. And at this point, he got the money, so he could really get out the game.
Right. That's why I say he man a major.
Or is he so deep that if he try to get out, they'll try to kill him or something? Who knows? That's how it be sometimes.
They can sense weakness. You never know what somebody may try to do or whatever. But
Exactly.
I think he could have probably got out the game and moved out of Harlem, but that's not something that was even probably crossing his mind, moving and leaving Harlem back then. That was like Mecca for him. So,
Right, yeah, that definitely wouldn't have worked. I mean, once you get in and you view that high of a level, it's no getting out. Somebody's gonna say, "Oh, he's a rat." He's somebody's gonna try to come at you.
yeah, definitely. So, yeah, Bump, man, he a legend. He died of natural causes in real life. So
was he like the only? Well, I don't know. I mean, was he the only one I know of to really like not go to jail, not get shot up, just die of a
he
natural
did go
cause?
to jail for
Yeah,
like
he went to
10
jail.
years or something.
Oh yeah, I mean,
But
I
not
meant like die in
jail.
jail.
Right,
get,
right.
get life or something.
Yeah.
As a black guy, he one of the few, especially in that era. It's a lot of other, Italian or white mob like Capone and others that didn't die in jail and stuff. But Bump is one of the few, man, to navigate though all of it. Man, that was a lot to deal with, man, from rivals to the Italian mob to the police.
Man, just being black, it was a hassle.
Man, just a
Damn,
regular
man,
black citizen.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. So he had to navigate a lot, and he succeeded and thrived. So, yeah, he had a lot to do.
Last time
Michael Corleone.
Right. I think I might have said ghost last time, man. Please excuse me. I was I don't know what I was doing, man, but yeah, I recant that statement.
Yeah, man. The show really a refresh. And Bumpy was even in the movie Hoodlum when he was younger.
Yeah.
That movie is fire too.
That's
Lawrence Fishburne, Larry Fishburne, Lawrence Fishburne killed that, man.
Definitely.
Who was the lady he was working for, Jay? She was a boss
Queen,
too.
Madam Queen.
Oh yes.
That was Cicely Tyson.
Cicely Tyson.
Yeah,
Yep.
she was in charge.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah. So she was a numbers runner. And so running numbers back then was a way to make money in the community as a hustle, but you really wasn't doing much damage. But it was making a lot of money. So what the state decided to do to shut that down is
Of
make it
course.
legal, and it's called the lottery today.
The lottery. Yep.
Wow.
Saying so that's how we got the state lottery, Powerball, all that. They took it out of the black community because a lot of people that spend money on that, even to this day, is people, black folks, buying lottery tickets and.
I was just in the gas station. I waited 15 minutes while this lady put 1,000 numbers in.
Telling you, man, that's what it was, running numbers. And back then, they used to call it policy, the policy business, and how they would pick the numbers is whatever the last 3 or whatever the last 4 digits on the stock market was the day before, then that was the numbers. So that way you knew it wasn't a scam.
Wasn't rigged, right? Wasn't a fake.
Rigged, yeah.
That's
And,
smart too.
Yeah, man. And policy was big. It was big in Chicago. It was big in New York. Probably big all over. I mean, you know, especially in big cities and stuff. And people didn't have money and much, so they ran numbers. And you know, that's what happened. Bump was running numbers even in Malcolm X when he was there with old boy, and he told him keep the numbers in your head, never write them down.
You talking about West Indian Archie?
Yeah, the West Indian Archie. Yeah, Delroy Lindo's character.
Yep.
He said keep the number, and Malcolm X was with the white girl, and they was getting high, and they had the number come out, and he didn't believe him.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
From running numbers, he ran policy back then. That was big money, man. Big business. I mean, hell, it's the lottery today.
Right, it's still big business.
Right. It's even bigger. So, and they take all that money. You know, you give away $1 billion in Powerball, or not $1 billion, but you know what I mean, 100 million. How much money did they make?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you giving away 100 million, how much did they bring in? 3, 4, 5,
right.
100 million, right?
Definitely a nice piece of change.
For real. You ain't giving away 100 million and all you brought in was 100. You giving away 100, you brought in damn near $1 billion shit. So Coco said a negative thing about the same as selling moonshine during Prohibition. They didn't realize it was destructive back then. They just thought if you couldn't handle your drugs, you had the thumb finger down.
Oh, you had the problem about it's right there.
Oh, you had the problem about the saber as a person who couldn't handle their liquor. Hard to explain in text, but interesting. I didn't know about the saber. I don't know what that is.
Oh, she said about the same,
sober. I don't know.
About the same as a person who couldn't handle their liquor.
It's hard to explain in the thing. Yeah, sober. Yeah. Okay, it make more sense. Sober versus saber.
A lot of dudes was getting caught up in that bootlegging business though too.
Because it was the one thing about liquor and like the food is you had some type of universal standards that had to be met. So you could get some people moonshine that was done right and you could just drink it and get drunk. And some people stuff like could kill you or you can go blind and all kind of stuff. Brain damage.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, you could go blind from moonshine.
I'm straight on the shine. Give me some lemonade. So.
You can actually go blind from drinking the wrong moonshine.
I'm straight on the
shine. It could give you brain damage.
You rolling them dice, Jay? You gonna take a sip?
I got a friend that used to get it all the time and drink it. And he used to try to get me to drink it. It looked just like water. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Man. Give me a Coors Light.
They say he like his eyes.
All right. But I never like to be drunk, though, where I can't remember this or I can't walk or I can't, do this or that. I don't like that. or falling around or remember the next day. I never like that.
Catch you a nice buzz and keep it moving, man. That sloppy drunk stuff, no,
Right.
that's not the move.
I didn't see people literally pee in their pants and fall out all in the street and all that. I'm like, man, y'all tripping, man.
I've seen that too. And
Y'all tripping.
and it definitely will happen, man. And that's embarrassing to me. I never liked that.
Yeah.
That's probably why I used to probably smoke a lot, because I ain't gonna never do that smoking weed.
Well, you know, nowadays,
you can pee your pants or fall out on the floor and all that stuff.
Hey, that's facts.
Yeah,
you know, nowadays though, Jay, I guess you could say my generation, man, that's like when you go to the little college parties or whatever, and they doing that, they in the party all drunk. That's funny to people. It's not even the embarrassment type. It's just the type that this dude got drunk, got pissy drunk, passed out. That's what they laughing at. They don't even care. It's not even an embarrassment. It's like a badge of honor now.
No, see, we would laugh, but that person, we laughing at you. We not laughing with you, and you would be embarrassed. Like, just like girls then poop themselves and different stuff. It was some movie where the girl drunk and pooped herself, and then she committed suicide and came back to kill them all or whatever on the internet. That actually
dangerous, man. A drunk woman, dangerous. That's that drunk. Dangerous.
Look, I just typed in on Google "can moonshine" and the first thing it say make you go blind.
Wow.
If you're drinking moonshine, yes, today the most common cause of blindness from drinking is methanol, because that's you got to filter this stuff.
Oh,
and methanol, otherwise known as methyl alcohol or wood alcohol, can damage the optic nerve and even kill you in high concentration. I told you, it could kill your ass.
That little buzz is not worth all that.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta have it filtered and different stuff. For example, a vitamin B1 deficiency due to alcohol consumption can cause a weakness or paralysis of the eye muscles, or a vitamin A deficiency due to alcoholism can cause night blindness, thinning of the cornea, corneal perforation, dryness, and even blindness due to retinal damage.
Is it worth it?
Hell no. It wasn't around blind. Nah, hell no. Playing the harmonica and shit.
Man.
Nah, man. You don't want that, man. So,
I did not know that.
Yeah, somebody say that's how the Kennedys made their money, moonshine. That's not exactly true. They made their money from bootlegging.
Yeah, bootlegging.
Yeah, not moonshine. They weren't selling moonshine necessarily. They were selling alcohol during the time of Prohibition.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what it was. So they were selling, allegedly.
Jay, was I'm trying to think, man. Was that the 20s or the early 30s?
That was in I think it was during the Depression era, but
that's about late. That's about early 30s.
Yeah, I think it was for like only 8 years.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
That's why I'm about to pull it up now. Prohibition.
The 20s. It's
1920 to 33. So it was 13 years.
Yep.
So I thought it was 8 years. So that's during the time of Al Capone and all of them. Yeah, and a lot of people made a lot of money during that time. It was like a purity movement or something like that. And the women actually
supported them, right?
Yeah, the women is the ones that got this done, which is something they led that movement, the prohibitionist movement. But it's not something that could probably ever happen again now.
Cause I seen something about part of the reason why they got that to happen was because they have drunk husbands come back and then all type of stuff happen. They get beat on or cheated on, all type of stuff will happen.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's what I've read that before too.
Yeah.
To know how accurate that may be is different, because I don't think women even had the right to vote back then yet.
No, women was. I'm sorry. I'm young.
Out on giving the coochie.
Yeah.
That's what was happening. So the man was like, all right, shit. I had to give up one of these. I ain't giving up that ass.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
was
Like
they was the women back then the law was damn you shit they seen but they ain't heard, man. You can see them but you ain't gonna really hear them talking that much, man.
Mm-hmm. They said it was through the Women's Christian Temperance Union. I mean, I guess society was better without everybody drinking and stuff, and drunk driving it wasn't as many people driving in the 20s as it is today. They didn't even have seatbelts in cars back then.
They was whipping them Fords.
Right, cars only go 30 miles an hour back then, but
right.
I don't know. It's interesting how that was even able to happen. It wouldn't happen today. They can barely, man, I'm surprised they still got weed illegal in certain states.
man, it's so
Mhm.
legal in Detroit, man. It's
Yeah,
like dispensary on every corner.
It's so
legal.
illegal here. They even put a news story out talking about they found a growing operation and they busted it. Like, man, what are y'all doing, man?
Though
It's
y'all,
legal out here.
that's crazy.
Yeah, y'all was first.
Yeah.
Well, we got dispensaries on every damn corner now, literally.
Mm.
Yeah. And yeah, Coco, you're right. That's why drugs will always be around because human beings like to alter their perception of the world. They found weed in the tombs of Egyptian pharaohs. So, like, people have been smoking weed for thousands of years.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, they were making beer.
Oh
They were making
man.
beer back then. So, like human beings will always find a way to change their reality. I'm gonna type it up. We found an Egyptian tomb. Yeah, man. So like all of this stuff been around. Like human beings have been eating mushrooms and smoking weed and drinking beer. Without beer, we couldn't even have settled a lot of the colonies because water in the cask, in the brown wooden cask, would turn to what they call grog, and then it would spoil and go stale. So they would ended up making beer because it would last longer. Archaeologists discovered the mummy of the legendary pharaoh Ramses II, who died in 1213 BC. So that's 1,213 years before Jesus, before
Jeez.
Christ. And they found traces of cannabis pollen on his body. And there were also pieces of hemp in the tomb of Amenophis IV. Not familiar with him, but he died 1379 BC, and traces of weed have been found in several other mummies since. You know, they got a 2,500-year-old marijuana discovered in ancient tomb.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah, man, people been smoking weed for a long, long time, man. Human beings will always find a way to alter their perception, period. And it's never going to go away, because it's always something that people want to relax and do something, you know what I mean? So even trying to make drugs illegal is a new thing. That's only started in like the last 100 years or so. I mean, even in America, heroin was legal, cocaine was legal. They used to have heroin drops for babies that you could put on like their teeth for teething and shit.
Word.
Yeah, like at the drugstore and shit. You could buy it and get like little drops and shit. And morphine, all this stuff was legal. You used to
That's
be able to
wild.
get radon and radium and stuff, which is like, which is crazy because that's like, what you call it? I can't even think of it now. What do they call it? Nuclear.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jay up here teaching me. I'm supposed to be the teacher.
Hey, I should have been. I was supposed to be a teacher at one time, but I didn't want to deal with kids.
Smart move.
Bro, you teach though, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
my patience, man. I'd rather talk with adults than kids all day long, man.
I
Kids,
feel you.
yeah, man. But
We be thinking we know it all sometimes, man.
uh,
I
but at
was
least
there
an
with
adult, you can talk and they're chill. Whereas
yeah.
a kid, man. But Brillo, you a teacher, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So then, when I was talking earlier about teaching versus a good school in a good neighborhood versus a bad school in a bad neighborhood, it's all about the funding, and that's what I was talking
That's
about.
facts.
Yeah.
And what happens is attendance, count day, and funding for that, as well as like test scores,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like those standardized tests. That really, to me, it's not really a good depiction of what a student knows or anything like that, because you could be having a bad day and put anything on the test.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, or what if you're not a good test taker?
Right.
So,
That's
so
true.
like Jay said, it's all about like funding for schools and things like that. Like if your school is not performing well, or something like that, is going to get less funding for by the neighborhood, like you said, by the number of students there.
That makes
Right.
sense.
Right. Plus, a good school has so many extracurricular activities, so many options and things that a child is exposed to that you like going to school.
Exactly.
You have friends, you got higher paid teachers, which then, if you're a good teacher and you enjoy your job, a lot of times you want to get paid for it. You went to better schools, you got higher loans to pay back for going to school. So you can't afford to go to a school that ain't paying you that much because you got to pay back. So you went to better schools and stuff. So you got to work at a better school, which
Fact.
then you getting teachers that are more educated. You don't have a gym teacher that's also the history teacher and the math teacher and all. Like, what the hell? Like, you a gym teacher? How you teaching history, math, science? You know what I mean? Like, that stuff go on at underfunded schools. But, you go to a good school where they got the proper funding, you got a history teacher that got a master's degree in history.
For the life of me, I never understood like how some schools could have so much and then other schools have so less. It's really baffling to me, man.
Property taxes. That's the way they do it. So that's why when they sell a home, they say, well, we got the best schools in the district. And that's the selling point because when you buy a home in a certain neighborhood, you get to send your kids to that neighborhood. That's why you can't send your kids to certain schools if you don't live in that neighborhood. That's a way of keeping you, you see what I'm saying,
Makes
separate.
sense. Makes a
Yeah,
lot of
it's
sense.
a way
Because I
of
used to,
keeping segregation baked into the system
That's facts.
without
Why I
them
can't
saying
go
it.
to any school that I want to? Why do I have to live in this neighborhood?
that's what I
Exactly.
was just gonna say. Because I used to ask that all the time. It was schools all across the city that I wanted to go to. And it's like, nah, if you don't live in that area or have that address or whatever, there's no way you can go to that school.
Yeah, see, and that address is in that area. That's a way
Yeah,
of saying it. Yeah. And
When
then
did the late
basically you don't got the money to live in the neighborhood or your parents don't live there because they push the prices or keep it up higher. Plus, certain realtors don't try to show you this stuff, or they try to steer parents and people away from stuff. Then they don't realize it, and it's too late now. You
what
know
I
what
don't
I
mm,
mean?
understand is if it's a public school funded by tax dollars by the public, not a private school where you can get donors and all of it. If it's a public school, shouldn't every school get the exact same amount of funding?
But
Like
it's not really
it,
public though.
exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, exactly. That's the trick. So it's public, but it's really not. And people think it's free, but it's really not because the tax dollars of that area pay for that school. Whereas what they should do is all the taxes, property
That's what I'm
taxes for
saying.
the city.
Combined
Exactly. And
and
then they
divided
spread it out.
equally.
Exactly. They don't do that. You know, you can have one area with just 1,000 homes, and them homes are valued so much, so they pay so much property tax. So that school that only have a few hundred students or whatever got everything: swimming pool, football team, basketball, wrestling, tennis, all kind of stuff, you know, going on. Whereas you know, you go to a school with a lot more students, you would think as more students, they should be able to have more, and they don't have nothing. You know, barely got a football field, if they even got a football team. You know, barely don't have swimming or a swimming pool. You know, and all
And
kind of stuff.
students see that type of stuff, man. They don't. They come in and they'll throw stuff on the floor. Won't keep the school clean. Bathroom messed up because they don't take pride in their school.
Yeah,
But listen, I've taught at some of the best schools and the worst schools in Detroit, and students will they'll act like if you take them out on a trip or something. And I was nervous one time, like I hope these kids don't embarrass me. They were perfect young
yeah,
adults, man. They like students know how to act. They adjust to the environment. So what I'm
well,
saying,
yeah.
if the
That's
school was better,
exactly
they'll
it.
do better.
Right. And that's how it is, period, with human beings. So if you go to a person's house and their house is junky and nasty, then if you
Exactly.
spill some food over there, you ain't gonna think about picking it up because they shit is messed up
Already
anyway.
nasty. Yep.
Right.
Right. But if
You
it's
know what I
clean and
mean?
pristine, you're gonna grab a piece of you're gonna already have a napkin out.
Oh, my fault. Let me, you got a napkin. Right. Or you already gonna have one. You know, so you see something that's already nice or taken care of, you want to keep it that way. You see stuff that ain't nobody giving a damn about, you don't give a damn.
That makes a
Facts.
lot of sense because
Facts, man.
like there used to be a school. There was a school cross town from where I used to go to high school at, and for the longest time, they football field was just a dirt field. Like all they played like it was just a dirt field. It wasn't until about I think 2 or 3 years ago they just redid that field. But up until now, it was just a dirt field, man. So it makes a
Mm,
lot of sense.
yeah, I mean, you go to somebody's house and they got nice white carpet or something, you gonna ask, "Ooh, you want me to take my shoes off or something?" Whereas
Right,
Yeah, I
you
taught
go to
at the
somebody's
one of
house
the
is dirty, you ain't even gonna ask them.
right.
I was at one of the roughest schools in the city probably, and we went on a field trip to the mall. And I was thinking like, I hope these kids don't do nothing stupid to embarrass me, man. And I mean, nothing happened. A kid even actually walked out of the store with something by mistake and took it back. Nothing went off or nothing, but he returned it back to the store. And then the store clerk or whatever was very surprised and stuff like that. But I'm like, I wasn't surprised. Like these are good kids. They just act like
Your
just
environment.
act like their environment.
Yeah, and that's done on purpose. Just like that experiment with Stanford with the prisoners and the guards. Y'all familiar with that experiment?
No, no.
Oh yeah, I'll pull that up next. But it's a well-known experiment, the Stanford experiment, where they were all students. They had some students pretend to be the prisoners and some students pretend to be the guards. And the guards students ended up abusing the prisoners.
Wow.
Yeah,
Just
because they was reacting to the environment, and those that were the prisoners reacted like, prisoners and stuff.
that's
And
Wow.
then like
interesting.
it was like very traumatic and stuff for both sides at the end. They had to like stop the experiment because like people were reacting and becoming what their environment was. I wanted
Man,
to
that's
bring this up.
deep, man.
It
That's
is
deep.
deep. I'm gonna pull that up next. But this right here, I love this show. It's actually on right now. I always watch it after this. But
I'm
last
gonna
week
have to check
tonight
it
with
out.
John Oliver, man, he dropped nothing but real facts. He mix up a little bit of humor. Sometimes it go over well, sometimes it don't. But he ain't trying to just be too preachy and be like a regular news. But this 2 weeks ago, he really broke down housing discrimination, and how it's baked into, racism is baked into it, and how blacks with the GI Bill receive like around 3% of funding for homes, and all kind of stuff, man. I mean, this is really good. I suggest everybody should check this out. And here I even put the I ain't gonna be able to click the thing. Let's see. I can't let it play because then they've been and try to block my whole video for playing it. I have played it on the members though before, but I'm gonna put it in here to share, but in the comments. But this definitely is a good video for people to watch. And his channel, I mean, he put all this stuff. It's on HBO, but you can see all this stuff on his YouTube channel for free. So, I mean, he ain't hiding information from people and different stuff. This about the ransomware was good too, about how they hack into people's computers and stuff and hold your information hostage until you pay different stuff. But he got so much good information on here. So, definitely check it out. But this right here about housing discrimination, man, he laid it all out on the line, man. And I ain't seen nobody put out the truth in 30 minutes about this topic the way he did. I don't know when. Like, I had to find this stuff out through years of information and stuff. And he put it all out on HBO just 3 weeks ago in 30 minutes. So, you can't beat that. Yeah. And
I'm definitely gonna check that out, Jay.
Yeah,
I just subscribe to it.
Yeah, that man, John Oliver is dope, man. And so, I watch it every Sunday. It's on right now, actually. But like I say, I watch it whenever I get off, But yeah, it's the truth. You say I ain't never stopped teaching, man. What did he say? Our people die from a lack of knowledge out here, man.
Right.
That's the best way to get somebody is keep you from knowing something.
Hey man, that's facts.
Hell yeah. Because
once you know it, tell me that when I was little.
Yeah. Once you know something, they can't make you not know it no more. So the best way is to get you to never learn it in the first place or keep you confused.
Was it Malcolm that said that quote? No, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in the book.
Yeah. He probably would have said something like that. I don't know who said that quote, but it is true. But that's done on purpose because during slavery, you could have got killed for learning how to read, right? Yeah. And so then it became something baked into not promoting reading because you didn't want your kids to get killed. So then you had a couple generations of people that grew up not reading. So then, there was no interest. Just like if you have parents that don't value education, then you're going to have kids that don't value education either.
The stories I could tell, man.
Right. It's like, you got some parents, I'm sure you know this, that maybe they dropped out or maybe they wasn't good students. So when you tell them about their kids not doing something right, they want to argue with you instead of get on the kid. They gonna blame you.
And that's crazy because it's still a lot of black folks that don't know how to read, man.
Man, it's sad.
That is sad. Especially living in this country where we got every damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's people in other countries speak 2-3 languages, read 2-3 languages. So it's deep out there. But we'll see how it go in the future, man. We got a lot of technology and stuff, and young people got options to do things that I wish I could have had when I was young. I wish I had a phone that I could just start making videos of movies or music with and put it out and do stuff, or write a book or do this or that. I mean, people can do so much now. So we'll see this technology make or break us in the future, because they're going to take away all the jobs unless you are some type of creative minded person, whether you create a job or create a business, but just working as an average Joe, that's going to be kind of hard in the future. We see, I don't know if y'all saw you know, whether y'all or those watching in the comments, but Friday, I said Elon Musk has said he gonna build a humanoid robot.
Hey, robot, man, come on, bro. Don't do it.
He gonna do it, man. He doing it, man. They gonna have RoboCop on your ass for real, man. They gonna have him working at UPS, the post office, the hospitals. They're gonna be like, well, we could get the robot because he won't catch corona. He could work 24-hour shifts and never get tired and need a break. He won't deal with the PTSD.
He's more efficient.
Exactly. So, man, that's crazy, man. All them selling points, they ain't gonna know that he gonna cut your ass off the ventilator when he deemed, oh well, whoop, right, your ass could have had a fighting chance still. He don't give a damn.
Right. His calculations, Jay.
For real. We saw that in our robot. They left the little girl to drown. Calculations, I think it's better to say Will Smith, old ass. So, man, it's crazy. What y'all think about RoboCop being real, man? What you think, Key? You want to see robots? You think they'll do a better job than cops?
Hell nah, man. A machine. Hell nah, man. This world mess around, turn upside down, man. Nah, I don't want to see that.
I don't think they could do no worse. Think about it for us.
So you'd rather see some
I don't want a robot. I want somebody I can at least. I want a human.
Yeah, they got some type of emotion and something, man. Something that'll get them back, man. But them robots, man, hell nah. You program them the right way, ain't no type of emotion.
What happened if you a hacker or something and you hack the robots?
But I mean, how many
people out here that's computer like geniuses type?
They say that the hackers is always ahead of the legit people, whatever the case. I don't even know what you call them, but the non-hackers. So they probably got some Wi-Fi way to hack a damn RoboCop or some shit. But
they're already fighting wars with them drones.
They already got that dog that'll come after your ass. Y'all seen that?
I did. I saw that.
Yeah, you could try to kick it. It won't even flip over or nothing. And they can carry weapons. They can run up hills, all of that.
Yeah, I saw that. They had that on
their key eyes like
World Star or something.
Wow. All right, what is this world coming to, man? Wow.
Boy, I'm gonna show y'all this before we get up out of here. But it's so DARPA, that's something that a lot of people don't know about. But DARPA, I think it's what the department. I can't even remember the name. Advanced Research Weapons, something. I can't remember what it stands for, the acronym, but they make, advanced futuristic weapons and stuff. So anybody that know about it, y'all can see. But you could just type in the DARPA dog and it'll pull it up. I'll show y'all this right here. DARPA dog.
Jay, so in the next 20 years, you think robots gonna be on our ass, huh?
Hell yeah. I mean, it's already here right now. Look, they got it with the military. That boy big right here. That dog.
Hey, I didn't even know it was that big. That boy probably weigh about 200.
And this one
over 100 pounds.
Yeah, they got this video been up for 11 years.
You probably put a gun on that robot dog too.
They could. Look, here go. They was working on the robots. This boy could jump over a log, run after your ass. That's Ed 209. I don't know about this is real or not, but if that's real, damn, they really made Ed 209. Look at this dude right here.
Hey, you more nervous if a regular police pull you off or the Robo boys?
More than them Robo boys, man. Them dude. I'm telling you, man. At least with a real officer, I could be like, try to,
Right, it's a chance that you might get a good officer. But this robot is gonna act the same regardless.
Yeah, this robot,
officer might give you a break.
Right. But you know they're gonna put the word out that no more George Floyd situations will happen. No more people will get killed, unnecessarily. And then of course that shit gonna
Right.
turn.
You don't know that though. Yeah, as soon as a robot go haywire, you get the spraying up the scene.
For real. For real. Look at this dude right here. Oh snap. I ain't seen this one my damn self. Dude got the gun straight like RoboCop too, man.
Man, nah, I ain't here for that, bro.
And this will be in the next 5 years.
You say 5? I was saying
5.
20.
Yeah, no, I think in the next 5 years we'll be here with
That's gonna cost
coronavirus out here, with people not going to fill. There's so many jobs that are not being filled right now today.
Hey, you are right about that, dude.
Yeah, these businesses are not going
Everybody
to go
getting
out of business
unemployment.
for that.
You right.
Yeah, man. You know how many jobs they
Won't
can't
work.
fill? People don't want to go to work. You are your
It's so
own
easy to get a
enemy.
little job right now.
That unemployment running out though, man. It run out on the 4th, so ain't gonna be none of that coming up, man.
Well, it needs to run out.
Yeah, people. I was literally out today. I don't think I've ever seen that many help wanted signs in my life, man.
It's crazy.
For real.
You go to a restaurant,
all them jobs with a robot.
Restaurant empty, and it's still an hour wait.
Hour wait, right?
And I'm thinking like, dang, why? And this lady explained it to me like, we short staffed. I had to understand.
Right.
Like, it's empty. Like, it's a booth right there. She's like, yeah, we short staffed though. Right. And we still socially distanced too. So you got to pay that into account. You socially distanced and short staff.
And they be wanting a break. They be getting stressed, tired, wanting health insurance.
Right, they need a break. They working their tails off because they short staffed.
Yeah.
Why everybody over there collecting free money?
Right. Yeah.
Which I ain't mad at, but still, like, come on, man.
They hurting.
If you can work, if you can't work, it's a difference. But if you can, like, I don't got no respect for that.
Right. Yeah. Because they actually feeding into the biggest system of what they call universal basic income. So they seeing how many people right now in this experiment would rather sit at home and get $300.
I can't do nothing with that,
man. And there's so many people doing it that it's gonna mess it up for everybody, because they gonna end up cutting a check for $1,200 a month for everybody, which ain't nothing. And everybody ain't gonna have a job. They gonna basically give you that $1,200 so that you don't go riot in the streets and mess it up for those that got money. Because if you riot in the streets, how I'm supposed to have a good time enjoying my millions?
It seems like they make it hard for the regular working man, like myself, man. like for real, man. I went to the grocery store the other day, man, and I'm paying hard cash for my groceries, and the person in front of me got 2 buggies full of groceries, straight card.
Right.
Straight bridge, boy. I'm like, man, I'm looking at prices.
Right.
I'm cutting out coupons.
Like I ain't never had food stamps my damn self, and I'd be like, damn, man, people be getting all this stuff.
Like, let me get some.
Yeah, but some people be selling them. Some people
I'm not hating if you got them. Just let me get them.
Right. Some people would find like crab legs and shit. Yeah. And now these restaurants got a little way to get around it and sell you some cooked food with food stamps now.
Oh, yep. All the little fish spots around here.
Yeah.
They doing that same thing too.
Right. You pay more with your food stamp card, and then you only give them like $1 to cook it.
Mm-hmm.
So say your food is $30, they'll charge you like $29 on the food stamp card, and you just paid for all the food uncooked. And then you give them $1, and then they'll cook it. That way they're not breaking the law.
Nice little workaround. I'm not mad at it.
But the reason why they originally made it that way, where you can't do that, is because you don't get as much food when you buying it cooked already for that.
So when you're not spending your own money, you don't care.
Exactly.
You don't care. When you're spending your own money, you're gonna shop right.
That's true. That is true. Lepsy said 300 could pay my electric bill. That's about it. For real.
Right.
That dude said, "What's wrong with unemployment? Stop hating." What?
No, we ain't hating. It's just like, I mean, wow. If you employ, you should get a little check too. Employment. Let me get a little
Right.
something too.
Right.
Make it incentive to get,
Here's the
Hey.
thing with unemployment. You
Why
get
you get-
unemployment because you got laid off or you don't have a job yet and you're looking for a job. And then when you get your job, you off. You don't just keep collecting it because it's available, even though it's jobs available and you can move on. That's not unemployment. That's laying up, collecting the check.
Hey Jay, I know plenty.
That's not
of
being a man or a woman either. You got to stand on your own.
Hey, I agree with you, man. Some of my homies was doing that. They was getting because you remember they was giving that extra 600 on that employment, so people was getting dropped, man. And
I got a friend who quit his job to get unemployment.
To get it, yeah, that man, because you make
I'm gonna quit this job. They giving out 600.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy. Now you got to start all over finding a new job when that stuff get cut off.
And you know people don't save. They don't like saving money. They want to spend it.
Yeah.
So
most of them people getting that unemployment don't have $2,000-$3,000 in the savings account. You're supposed to have what, 3 to 4 months of your living expenses in a savings account?
Oh man, they don't even got a cent in it, man.
Right.
I'm trying to get mine together.
Right.
I work every day. And I work summer school, regular school. Got other businesses going. I'm grinding.
Right.
I ain't collecting unemployment. So whoever made that comment, man, we ain't hating, man. We get it how you live. I just want more.
Right. Like Coco say, people getting paid to stay at home because essential workers, they got to work and don't get any extra pay for hazardous duty pay. That's true. Plus, it's a lot of jobs, like you said, key help wanted signs.
Yeah.
So you unemployed, you chose to be. You know. So, he said food stamps isn't unemployment. He ain't say it was.
No, I didn't say that. I actually said I want some.
Yeah, we said
I want a bridge card.
Right.
I was just wondering why I should be able to get one too.
Right. He said his baby mama quit working
rich.
16 years ago. But the problem is that child support is only for 18 years. So in 2 years, what's she gonna do with no work history in 20 years? How's she gonna get a job when in 18 years, 2 more years, she gotta do something? What's she gonna do?
Have another baby.
Oh, and a lot of people do that too. That's messed up. That's crazy.
That sucks, man. That sucks to even think. That's actually what they really do too.
Man.
I ain't hating on nobody collecting unemployment, so don't come for me. I'm just saying I want a little extra cheese. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right. Yeah. Coco, you right. You need really a year or 18 months of savings these days because shit, we sat out of work damn near a whole year in 2020. If you only had 3-4 months of savings, you would have been through with that in 3-4 months. You would have had the whole rest of the year to go.
But what happened like with landlords and stuff? I know like they couldn't evict people. When that's gonna come? When can they start evicting people again?
Yeah,
that's gonna be massive.
Yeah, and I used
got some people who ain't paid rent since COVID.
Yeah,
that's about a year.
Ugly.
And some change.
Yeah, I don't have any property
since they couldn't get evicted. They said, "Shit, I ain't paying."
That would have destroyed me, man, because I had that as like part of my income, and if I would have had that, and then they didn't have to pay, and they get to live in the house for a year. Like, what the hell? What am I supposed to do? Like, they make it seem like landlords is all rich and don't need the money. Like, that would have really messed me up big time if I had the properties people was living in for over a year and not paying. Like, how I'm supposed to pay my bills?
Oh, no, I would have got them out that property.
Man,
some
for real.
Some kind of way.
No, I'm joking.
Nah, you're gonna set your pad on fire. But
I got my insurance paid. I'm gonna make sure they ain't gonna be gone because they ain't got no jobs and shit.
Right,
You can't burn them up. Now you going to jail for arson and murder.
right.
And
Gotta
now
take
you
that
getting
L.
now you getting these people caught up on these PPP loans too, though, man. Know y'all seen that?
Man, dude,
What
man.
up, Cobra? What's good, man? So yeah. What do you say? I notice y'all are not talking about the millionaires and billionaires who pay less to nothing in taxes. I mean,
Honestly, I don't know nothing about. I don't know any billionaires and
Me
millionaires, but I
either.
know a lot of people that's doing the stuff we was just talking about. So that's why I'm not speaking on no billionaires and millionaires.
I
I
don't
don't
even
know
know how
no
that works.
millionaires. I know a couple people that was some millionaires, but they put in a lot of work. They took the risk of opening up businesses. They took the risk of getting loans, and they pay accountants and lawyers so they don't have to do that stuff. I mean, they don't go to H&R Block. So they don't go to rapid refunds. So they paying to not do that. What they supposed to do? Now I don't know no billionaire, and I only know a couple people that's some millionaires, and it ain't like they hit the lottery. Like they started with a business and worked their ass off, didn't
This is
make
my
money
thing,
for
Jay.
years.
I don't count the next man pockets. Like I could care less how you make your
Right,
money. Honestly, my whole point was I want some of the benefits too. Like
right.
if you get making incentive to having a job, I bet you if they said you get an extra little $500 check every month if you get a job. I bet you people would have a job then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. And that's another problem is that like companies like Walmart and McDonald's and stuff, to name a few, they don't pay their employees what they should and what they could because
That's
they know
facts.
the government is going to subsidize their employees by giving them food stamps or rent assistance or this or that. And so instead of paying the right wages they should, they don't because they know they can take advantage of those people. They need to pay their ass what they supposed to be paid. Walmart, you telling me they can't pay people a minimum $15 an hour, which really ain't nothing still, but they could do that.
Man.
You know?
Walmart, man, that's a big company.
Hell yeah. It's a huge company. Amazon, they finally got to start paying more. Like, dude is super rich. You know what I mean? Like he got so much profits. He getting it from the business, so he took all the money, but he ain't sharing none with the employees. You know,
Facts.
yeah, them hedge funds is also. That's what I want my son to be, a hedge fund manager. That's what I tell him to be. So that's one thing a lot of black folks don't get into. And I try to tell him, you make that money, you can do anything, but it takes smarts and it takes, risk also. So hedge fund manager, for those who ain't familiar, is in the stock market. He managing a lot of people's money. So you can't like mess up other people's money, and you got to know how to take somebody else's investments and flip it and make enough money for them and you. So
Yeah,
that's not
I
easy.
need to take a class or something on trading, man. I want to get into that.
Yeah, I'll be putting a little something in there
Yeah, I
on
see it. I saw it
yeah.
on the joint.
On Wednesdays we'll talk about it more. People bring it up, then
What
I
is forex, man? Because a lot of people be telling me about that. Is that real? Is that a real thing or a scam?
that's
Forex.
real, but that's foreign exchange.
Okay.
Foreign exchange. I'm not too big into the foreign exchange forex stuff. Some people make a lot of money doing it at night because in the night is the day overseas and stuff, and they making calls, doing different stuff and trades. I've had a couple people try to get me into it, but I didn't really have the time to find out and learn more about it. Um,
Yeah, I need to learn more.
yeah, I need to learn more about it as well. But foreign exchange is interesting, and it is real. Now, everybody that in the hood trying to do it or whatever, I don't know. Because a couple people I know wasn't all that smart, and now they talking about trying to get me to sign on under them and pay $200 and
Yeah,
this.
that's what I'm saying. One of my friends was talking about it. And he like start sounding like a pyramid scheme a little bit, but then other people tell me it's legit. And I'm like, okay, I
Foreign
got to do my
exchange
own
is
research.
real, but I don't know about that paying them $200 stuff.
Yeah, if you got the same, that's a scam. That's got to be a scam.
Right. So I don't know. I didn't look into it enough, but I'm thinking like, man, your ass could barely work a regular job. Now you talking about investing in foreign exchange, stock market and shit. And I need to pay you $250 and learn under you. Your ass don't even know what you. I'm good.
Damn. So that's what
Oh.
that meant. Wow. Because
Hey,
I've
Keith.
seen a few people, man, that I know personally who was, get on Forex and do this. I'm like, man, you didn't even pass math class and all that. How the hell you getting like what, man?
Right.
Nah, I'm playing, but yeah, I'll be saying that, man.
Right. So yeah, I didn't know either. All right, Sally Ann, you take care. We get ready to wrap it up in a second. But yeah, yeah, man, I don't know about that. I got to look into it. Foreign exchange is real. I don't know about what all these other people is doing, and the damn sure ain't paying them no money.
No way.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, I can invest that 200 in the regular stock market here, and that's in the stock market or buying stuff or whatever. So like, well, I'm good for now at least.
Like Q was talking about the PPP loans, Jay. You think they coming back for their money, man? So pretty soon.
Man, I've
That's
seen
facts. They are, man.
yeah.
Facts. I could have got one, but I didn't because I didn't have any employees under my company at the time, and so I didn't lay nobody off. And so
Like you got people who getting unemployment and they got a PPP loan. How is that possible?
I'm telling you, man.
I told some stories this past year on Fridays about people. This one dude had a Lamborghini and all kind of shit. He had like almost $2 million in PPP loans. Like, you should have started a real business. Like this dude flexing on Instagram.
Man, he could have started a real business and probably might have could have got away with it almost.
All flash, man. All flash.
Especially if he had his business license before the COVID hit. If you had a business like set up and stuff before COVID hit, you probably could have finessed something if you were smart.
See, I had my business set up, but I didn't do it
before the COVID.
Afraid to go to jail.
Right, it ain't worth the risk.
Yeah, I ain't about to get his PPP. You see me, and then you go see me in jail on power. That's it.
Right.
You thought about it. You thought about it, bro.
Yeah, I did. I thought I looked into it. But,
I did too.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I almost got the paperwork.
I thought about it. I didn't do it because, like I say, I didn't have any employees. A lot of it is about like paying to keep your employees on and not lay people off.
Right. So it's all of that stuff can be documented. Like if you
that's true.
Like, come on, you're gonna get caught.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
So if it's not legit, you're gonna end up having to pay that back.
Right.
That's all it's gonna put you in the bind at the wrong time.
Yeah, and if you ain't got it, you might go to jail or have all these fines and this and that. I just didn't need that headache.
No, I ain't even trying to the risk of going to jail over something. Hey man, y'all got it. I don't want no parts of it, man.
Right.
I did think about it though at one point. I wouldn't.
Oh, everybody gave it some thought because I mean I see people. I saw people 19, 20-year-olds going crazy over here with the loan. I'm like, Jesus, man, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, some rapper out there in California, he had made a rap about getting all those stimulus checks, them cards from California. He ended up getting busted because of his rap about it. Yeah, like $1 million. I can't remember.
I heard about that.
Yeah, he went big time.
Yeah, if y'all remember the name, let me know. I probably know of him or probably know him because it's a lot of people out this way that was doing that, man. That was getting them PPPs, and unfortunately, some of them got caught up for it, man.
Yeah, his dumb ass made a song about it. he's singing the blues now, though.
They crazy.
Dumbass, man.
Hey, man.
It ain't
nothing free.
Hell, man. Ain't nothing more. it's better to be broke and free than have money and in jail.
In jail, yep.
Facts. If
Straight up.
anything is
Especially,
facts, man.
yeah, the older you
Jail? No, brother. Not Willow.
get, jail ain't no joke, man.
Shit,
Yeah.
I believe you.
Right.
I'm gonna definitely take your word for it.
Yeah, I was in prison for power. I ain't gonna put out too much, but we was at a real prison though.
Oh yeah,
yeah, we was at a real prison. It wasn't no set, and just being in there, like I never been in prison, like for me.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
you know, jail, police lock up, and you out in a couple hours or overnight at the worst type stuff.
Right, yeah, that don't count.
Yeah, that don't count. So you really go to prison?
Big boy joy.
Yeah, Joliet prison. That's where they filmed the Blues Brothers. That looked like a fortress. If you look at Joliet prison on the outside, they got the limestone walls and stuff.
Hey, I don't even be. I'd be afraid to even look at an image of a prison from. I'm good, man. I'm straight.
I couldn't imagine living in there, man.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, I'm glad my son was with me, so he got that feeling as well. And the gate.
Oh yeah, that was a good play.
Yeah, hey, both me and him was just like, whoo.
I fear sometimes
end up in nothing like this.
Is it like a for life situation? Like that's gotta be the worst, man. To be in prison for something that you really didn't do, like really innocent. Like that's the saddest thing ever, here, man.
This is like a real fortress, man.
Damn, that shit like a.
They did have places like this because it's old now and gonna fall apart. We wasn't in this section though. That wouldn't have looked right.
Oh no!
In this section, but it was sections. This is how it used to look. They used to be in damn black and white, like fucking
with the stripes on, dude.
Right.
That's just depressing right there, though. Prison stripes.
Right. They even got a hat with the stripes. But you could go on tours there, I guess. Nah, I didn't know that.
Nah, I don't know if somebody who would willingly
who wants a tour of prison, dude?
Yeah. Who's willingly like I'm gonna get up this morning and I'm gonna go.
Yeah, we're going on a prison tour.
Like
I'm straight, buddy.
For real.
Yeah,
hey, here it go right here. This was when we was here.
Oh, word.
Film crews take over old Joliet because it was for show because it was snow still there when we was there, and this looked just like it when we was there.
Where is that at? Where is that exactly at?
Joliet, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
It's right outside Chicago.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, man, you go in there and you see the infrastructure and stuff, and yeah, even though it's not in duty, so some stuff, you could tell it was cold in there too because it was no heat because it's not active no more.
Man, they say it's hot. When it's hot, it's cold. Just say every prison.
Yeah, that's true. But boy, I know the prisons don't all look like this old ass castle. This is probably 100 years old or more. But it was good enough for me. I'm good.
Right, you got your prison experience for life.
Hell yeah, I'm good. I'm not going to see how they updated them. So I'm good. So yeah, man, that's depressing in there.
They said that rapper's name was New Bizzle. I've never heard of him.
Okay.
They say he stole $2 million. God, man.
You know what? I gotta give it. 2 M's. Like, come on, buddy.
If I would have got that $2 million, I would have had a passport and got the hell out of here.
Man,
you got $2 million. You guys got to change your life identity and just dip, buddy.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to do all that. So nope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't have no type of connection.
All right. How many people know how to get a fake passport and get out the country?
Right.
Not me.
For real. Jay Rodo, hey, I appreciate it. You say you was there at Joliet. You just watched Work in Progress and found me here. Okay. Well, I appreciate it, man. I'm starting to blow up. I'm about to be somebody.
CJ, you on the rise, man.
Well, that's one of the realest, man.
I'm all right, man. I'm just joking. But I hope I didn't do too bad, man. For those who don't know, it's a show on Showtime called Work in Progress. It just aired tonight. You see me on there for about a minute or so. Try to do something. So I tried, not to look too bad for all intents and purposes. That's my new line.
Look with the trademark line. Oh man.
Man, for real. So hey, I appreciate it, J Roto. And you say you was at Joliet, boy, that is no joke. That's where they're gonna film the power scenes at for Tommy. So
Man, I'm a little scared about that series, man.
you don't think it's gonna be that good?
I just because a lot of Tommy scenes be so action hero-y. Like when he shot up the lawyer and did the car scene on book 2, I'm like, it's gonna be like an action series.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, but of course, it's probably gonna be good.
I hope so. Like I only
It's
know
probably
what
gonna
I
be good.
was involved in, so I don't. Tommy wasn't even there. He wasn't in jail, so I don't know what they're gonna have him do. But I hope,
Yeah.
they
I just hope it's not no, you know what I'm saying, like action, like when he shot him, when he went in the apartment and sprayed up Ghost penthouse, man. Like, oh, come on.
no cops came with all those bullets fired. He was able to just walk out. Nobody checked the surveillance footage.
I mean, that was
Building like that has no
outlandish.
cameras to walk in and out.
I know I'm gonna rewatch that scene. He was chopping that place up, man.
Oh yeah, big time. Larry Jones, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but just to touch on it again, Spike Lee got this. This just came back on again on HBO. It's called NYC Epicenters from 9/11 to 2021. And he covered a lot of stuff that went on in New York since 9/11 to now. And he talked about all kind of stuff. For example, with the George Floyd, he talked about Cuomo. He talked about remember that guy that was bird watching, and the woman tried to say she gonna call the cops and say a black man.
Yeah.
He covered
The
that.
first original Karen.
Right. She is like the original Karen. She kicked it off. But yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's interesting. I had caught just 3/4 of it. I was trying to watch it, finish it up. Somebody typed in here, "Are we on CP time?" So I had to hurry up and come on over here. But yeah, it looked like it's pretty. From what I saw, it was pretty good. And you know how Spike Lee puts stuff together, so yeah, it's kind of it'll make emotions in you. You know what I mean?
Spike, yeah, Spike.
Yeah.
I think Spike only had one movie I really didn't rock with, and that was the movie, the musical.
Bamboozle. Oh,
No, not Bamboozle. Chirac. Yep, that was it.
I didn't like Chirac that way. I didn't even watch it all, so I
couldn't get through it either.
Yeah.
That's the only one though.
Good, but some people say they don't rock with it. But Bamboozle was really good.
Yeah, I rock with that. It was good.
It was.
All Spike stuff is good, but I couldn't get with the Chirac.
It's another one I didn't like that much either. With what you call it, She Hate Me, where he was having getting all the gay women pregnant or something.
I ain't seen that one.
It's a low key one.
You say She Hate Me?
She Hate Me.
Oh yeah.
It got what you call it in it. Who is it? Falcon the Winter Soldier.
Oh, you know what? I did probably see. They came out a while ago, right?
Yeah,
I probably saw it.
Anthony.
I remember seeing Anthony in with Spike Lee.
Yeah, She Hate Me. When I saw that, and I was like, Spike Lee made this. I'm like, what is he doing? It didn't seem like a Spike Lee movie.
Oh yeah. I can't remember what happened in it. I would have to watch it again.
Yeah, one heterosexual male, 18 lesbians. His fee $10,000 each. That's
He
good
was like a
money, you know.
sperm donor or something.
Yeah, he was a sperm
Yeah, I
donor.
saw that. Yeah,
18
that's great
lesbians,
money.
that's $180,000. Shit, that's a good career.
Could you do it, Jay? Have
Heck
1,000
yeah,
J's running around here for
$10,000.
$100,000?
Man, hell yeah. 18. I would do 18 or 20 a year. Hey, I ain't even joking. That's a nice amount. That's a good salary. Shit, that's $250,000 a year for what? A squirt or two?
Hey, that's facts though.
Hell yeah. Shit, 18 for 10,000 a piece. I might have to rewatch this movie. I might have to check this out. I got some ideas. Nah, I'm joking.
But that's crazy.
But if I was in that situation, boy, hey, Key, man, you might want to think about that, man.
Man, get up out of here. Y'all crazy.
Hey, when I was your age, I would have did that in a heartbeat. I ain't even lying.
For that dude, yeah, anybody who did it for that price, them prices.
That's some prices right there. 18. That's $180,000. You thought about it like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I might have to reconsider that right there.
Hell
Man.
yeah, 10, only 18. That's it.
Man.
Did you all see that documentary before we get up out of here about that doctor that was artificially inseminating women?
Yup.
But he was using his own sperm.
Mm-hmm.
His name was God something playing. No, I wasn't playing God. Baby God or something like that.
Yeah, well, I heard about it.
Yeah, the women thought they was getting it. Yeah, baby God. The women thought they were getting sperm from different donors. And he was actually like, he was dirty. He would have them up on the stirrup with their legs open and the cuckoo out. Then he'd be like, wait a minute. Then he go in the other room.
Wow.
Come back out and he done went on ahead and whipped up a little bit right quick. And he done got aroused looking at it, come back, whipped it up, beat one off real quick. And
I hope that man is he got to still be locked up.
Never went to jail.
Are you kidding me?
Never went to jail.
No, I got to look it up myself. I don't believe you, Jay.
Never. He did it for 30 years.
No.
Wow.
And he has like hundreds of kids and grandkids now.
They didn't lock him up?
Never went to jail. I think he's
I don't understand the laws, man. I don't understand the law. I don't get it.
This is deep. This on HBO Max. This is deep right here. I was watching this. I felt so bad for these women, but I felt so bad for the people that was like his kids. What can you do? Like, how could you do something about he's a part of you. If you had kids, you're perpetuating his crime. They all had glasses damn near. They all looked weird like him, but they were all smart as hell. Dude was smart. So like all the kids were smart. Man, this is crazy. Man, this is deep right here, man. What would you do if you was a product of this? And what could you? I don't know. Like it say right here, some criminals take life. He gave it. That's messed up.
Wow.
But this dude used his own sperm to inseminate his fertility patients. His secret is out. His children seek the truth about his motives and try to make sense of their own identity. He did something really, really creepy too. So he adopted these two girls and he would be their OBGYN.
What?
Yes. And these girls be testifying in the documentary talking about, well, we knew that he cared about us and loved us, so we let him do it.
And they did. And he got who was his lawyer?
Johnny Cochran. Nah, I'm joking.
I was about to say,
Johnny
shit, I believe you.
Cochran. Nah, I'm joking.
I bet you if you look up his lawyer record, it's pristine. He
Boy.
had what's the lady off Power? No, Terry Silver dead. Never mind.
Terry Silver. Terry Silver. He had Method Man.
Right. He had Davis McQueen. Got him off.
Right. Oh my goodness, this is so deep though. Man, y'all watch this. I was like, my jaw was on the floor watching this. And this dude ain't go to jail, but they put the knee on the neck of George Floyd for $20.
That's crazy, man. I would have thought he would have got put under the jail.
Yeah, he did. He died as a free man.
Paper said, is he lying?
Yeah, and
That's
one
crazy.
person did take him to court, I believe, but somehow he was able to like settle out of court or do something, and then like the records were sealed and couldn't be brought up or something. Like they made it where, you know,
I gotta watch that because I gotta figure out how he get caught.
They all look like him.
You know what I'm saying? Just a lady just noticed, like, damn, you look like my doctor.
Right. Like one thing that was messed up, this one woman was married to her husband for years and couldn't have kids, and then had kids. Come to find out that they thought it was the husband kid and it was dude's kid.
Oh.
Wow.
I know. And the women to tell the stories about how he had their, you know, thing hanging out, and then he'd look and examine and then be like, all right, wait right there, just like that. Make them lit. It ain't funny. It's just like I'm laughing at how crazy this is.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, this dude would let them stay like with their legs open like this, the little whole cookie out, and go in the next room and like niggas. And the women trusted him, especially back then. If you believe,
I'm not laughing at the situation.
Right,
I'm laughing at Jay, bro.
And the women trusted doctors. People used to trust doctors, though.
It's a doctor. Like, of course, you know what I'm saying? Doctor gonna do what the doctor tell you to do.
Goodness.
It's a doctor.
Paperboy said I would have had to die. But man, what you gonna do if you that woman? You gonna love your kid. You gonna, you know, if you the child, what you gonna? You ain't gonna commit suicide, but you gonna feel some kind of way. Man,
ain't nothing you can do. Man. You just gotta live.
And then what if you have kids? But you ain't gonna have no kids. That way his crime doesn't perpetuate.
Man, that man is never go. Well, you have to have an army. He said 100 something. So times that by 2 or 3 for grandkids and great. They about to take over.
Yeah, they about to take over. You got a clone army out here attacking the clones. Yeah, man, dude's dirty though, man. Dirty. Baby God. Y'all check that out on HBO. That's deep.
Wow.
Yeah. So, man, these people out here, man, didn't even go to jail. Didn't even go to jail. Died a free and wealthy man.
That's sad, man, on so many levels. The fact that he did that and the fact that he didn't go to jail. Right. And the 2 daughters that he used to, you know, that he adopted and did stuff with, they inherited all his money and stuff, and they almost got sued, and they be like defending him and stuff. Part of me was wondering if they defended him because they want to keep that money.
Yeah.
Or they really believe he was good.
I hope it's just for the money, Jay.
Gotta be for the money. Gotta be. I don't even want to believe the other. Like, nah, man. I don't even want to believe that he had him thinking or like really was. Wow.
Like,
that's
how
crazy.
cults
like,
and stuff be though, man. Them cults and stuff.
As a woman, how would you want your father to be doing vaginal exams as your OBGYN up until your teenage years, especially?
That's weird.
That is very weird. That's weirder than T.I. sitting in the damn thing making sure.
Oh.
That's weirder than that. Because he actually doing the exams and stuff.
Yeah, that's
And
weird, man.
I can't remember exactly offhand, but I think one of the girls even may have gotten pregnant or something. Or something happened with his original family and he had to leave or something. It's something real shaky went on with that too.
Oh, he died in 06 at 94.
He lived 94 years.
Yeah.
God, man.
Yes.
This is life. Some stuff just ain't fair, man. That man lived 97 years, kept his money, and didn't go to jail for violating all them women. How? I don't understand the law.
Life ain't fair, man.
You damn, you right about that. That's
Life ain't
crazy.
fair, man. That's yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, T.I. wasn't doing the exam at least.
I feel weird though.
He just need to check the results first. That's all. T.I. was on one too, man. But yeah, that's messed up. So anyway, before we get out of here, y'all, if y'all want out there that didn't see, y'all can check out the Work in Progress TV show. It's all right. You might like it. Season 2 came out, and you could go ahead and check it out. Support if you want. Appreciate it. Go ahead and tell them in the comments you need more of my character. Say you need me in every episode.
Every episode, make the main character.
Right. Say just do a spinoff.
Right.
Man.
Right. Oh man, and the LeBron over Jordan, man, that's unfortunate that didn't come. I wanted to do that with Aries Spears. Y'all already know what I was gonna say.
I don't even want to comment on that. I don't want to comment on that.
Unfortunately, it don't look like that's gonna happen. So
keep grinding, Jay.
Yeah.
Keep grinding.
Yeah, he a busy guy, and I'm gonna just take up my role. A busy guy, and tried to make it work, and wasn't able to make it work. So leave it at that.
Well, respect.
Yeah. Hey, join the Discord, join the membership. Got a lot of good comments and topics and discussions, and maybe you get some behind the scenes scoop on a couple things. So definitely is worth it. I appreciate y'all for coming through, Brillo and Key, chopping it up. Yeah, that Godfather of Harlem episode was dope. And I'm looking forward to Power coming back this week. And, Ill Woods, you funny, man. All right. With that being said, I'm up out of here. Everybody be safe. Deuces. Peace. And y'all be safe. I'm up out of here.